IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michael Studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I say hot tub, stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, rubber dub in the hot tub, rubber dub with me. Check in the hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me sweat? Yeah. Check in the hot tub. Yeah. Will you make me wet? Yeah. Well.
Hey. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard this before? There's been a problem with the light to turn onto Thomas Drive this morning, so I'll be a few minutes late.
Been a problem with
Lights. He's saying he's blaming it on the lights. He's blaming the lights for being late.
Oh, come on.
You tell the players if you
He can do better than that.
if you're there 10 minutes before you're supposed to be there, you'll always be on time, right?
Yeah.
Can you believe? And then you make it worse. He makes a mistake. He makes an excuse.
Yeah. And that's your thanks. That's your welcome back gift.
Yeah, that's my welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The legendary Chad Mitchell had some bad luck with a light on Thomas Drive. He'll be there as soon as he can.
Did it fall off the wire and smash into his
He just says it's taking a long time to turn. Anyway, hey, when he gets here, don't even say a word to him. Just let it go.
We can't even tease him about it a little bit?
No, we never
Not
do
even
that
a little
here.
bit?
We never do that here.
So what'd you do with all the money you won?
You know, we actually did win. We 260 or 280, and then the next night, I lost a little bit of it, but we did good. They had a great time with Dancing with the Stars over in Biloxi, Beau Rivage, and
what was that all about? Dancing with the Stars.
It's one on TV.
Like the show?
Yeah, it is a show. They go around to different locations and do it. And I don't know the big famous people were there or not, but it's called Dance with the Stars. I didn't go. Julie went. But we went and helped Jared with the girls, and Johnny and Eric was there. Laura went, Mariah. Everybody went. We had a great time. But I had to sit in the room with a dog. That was my great experience. I was there to watch a dog. Had to leave early, the meal I was having with Eric, Jared, and the girls, and Johnny. Couldn't stay. Had to go watch a dog. But the dog was fine. Jamie's not, but the dog's fine. Anyway, we got him. We're trying to get on that coach over at South Walton. Nick, answer the phone. We got him. Big Nick, we got him. Hey, you know what? You can take your time. It doesn't matter. What you're doing this year is incredible. This team you got something special, man. We haven't talked to you in a week. Tell us what's happened since the last time we talked to you.
Well, we had another weather rain out Tuesday night with the threat of severe weather. Santa Rosa County School Superintendent canceled extracurriculars, so we had to cancel our game with Gulf Breeze. We're trying to find a reschedule to give us our 25th game. But Thursday night, we went over to Arnold. Big game. We had a great crowd there. Got a very good pitching performance out of Charlie Wilcox and Coleman Borthwick. Cooper Moss is very good on the mound. We were able to manufacture some runs after they made a couple mistakes early, and we capitalized on those mistakes, and we wound up winning the game 11-1.
Wow. 11-1 at Arnold. What was the crowd like it was the last time they played over here at Publix Park?
I tell you what, it was a big crowd. I don't know if it was as big as that night you talk about over at Publix Park, but we had a great crowd for both teams. We had several pro scouts in attendance. You know, they're scouting these guys out, especially these seniors. Their senior spring's one of the most important times. So they're coming to watch these pitchers, and they got to see a pretty good show. I enjoyed that game.
I bet you did. That was incredible. Do you guys travel? They travel really well, all the games, or just the ones kind of close by? Because that's not a very far trip. How long does it take y'all to get over here? About 40 minutes, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's 45 minutes, Coach. We had a good crowd. We had a good crowd over there. We, we got a lot of buzz around our program. I think there's coaches and players and teams from Bay County usually come out anytime we're over there playing. I don't know.
Yeah.
They come watch us and support us, and got a lot of good friends and people pulling for us. So we're excited. So got a big showdown this week, Coach. I need to talk about that. We have 18 teams coming in from all over the Southeast, powerhouse programs. Tonight we play a team out of Tennessee called Donaldson. It's kind of like a little preliminary action. But Tuesday night we have Lincoln and Lewisburg playing. Lewisburg, Mississippi, big powerhouse program, Tallahassee, Lincoln. Wednesday night we have 3 games that afternoon, all powerhouse teams. We play Winter Park out of Orlando Wednesday night late. And Thursday we have 4 games a day with the nightcap, South Walton versus IMG Academy Thursday night. Friday, same thing, 4 games with South Walton playing the 7 o'clock game, and then game Saturday. But there's also sites at Northwest Florida State College. Also, we're using Niceville High School and Mosley on Friday. So excited to host that tournament this upcoming week.
Now, is it South Walton spring break this week as far as school?
We get out Thursday. We have a half day of school Thursday. So we're out of school Friday and then all next week. But we have exams this week.
Oh, okay.
But so, the second half of the week, it gets really busy with these teams coming in. I think spring break's in full swing. But, this tournament has quickly become a nationally recognized tournament. Last year we had some powerhouse teams. The prep baseball comes with their scouts, and they're tweeting out players and performances throughout the tournament. We have a live stream on jockjive.com going. So, if you can't make it over, you can definitely check out the action on social media and on that YouTube stream. It's going to be pretty good baseball this week.
Are all those games going to be played there right on campus?
We have 3 games Wednesday, 4 Thursday, 4 Friday, but some of the games we have alternate sites. We'll play at Niceville, Northwest Florida State, and Mosley on Friday.
Okay, that's right. All right, talk about tickets. I guess they can just walk up and buy them there. They got to do it on the phone or what?
Yeah, everything's gone digital. GoFan, if they find our social media, South Walton High School Baseball, they can get tickets for that. And if you buy a ticket, if you buy a ticket day pass, you can buy 1 ticket and get to watch, 3 or 4 games, whatever you choose. But there's also a tournament pass.
Yeah.
So this is a huge production. I'm very fortunate to have an awesome parent group and booster group that have been organizing this for well over a year. It's our 2nd year, but it's heavily attended by professional scouts. All these teams have possible draft picks and D1 recruits, so the scouts are excited, especially, Wednesday and Thursday nights. Usually the colleges aren't playing. The college teams often play Tuesday and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Wednesday, Thursday, big-time action. The scouts are excited to see some of the arms throwing and from the hitters. That IMG Academy game Thursday night is going to be fun. It's, some of the top hitters in the nation coming in with them.
All the teams that are coming in here from different parts of the country, which one do you think is the strongest? If you wanted to see the most talented team, which one do you think it is?
Obviously, IMG Academy is loaded. We play Magnolia Heights, Mississippi Friday night. They've won 7 straight state championships. Their shortstop's a high-caliber player. Houston, Tennessee. has a couple of really twitchy athletes that the scouts want to come watch. Tallahassee Lincoln, the Chase Fuller kid, is 2027. He's one of the highest touted 27s in the nation. So all week, every game, there's big-time matchups. There's a group out of Jacksonville coming in, Trinity Christian Academy.
Yeah.
They are absolutely loaded. They have the number one ranked right-hander in the country, and their 26 class is just littered with commits. They're physical. They play a lot of baseball in the summer together. It's a fun group to watch as well.
Let's talk a little bit about rat poison. Where do you guys rank right now in the state? Let's talk about that ranking.
Coach, I didn't even see where we dropped to. You know, we were ranked 3 the week before, and we had lost the game to Gulf Breeze, so we might have dropped a little bit. But, you know, I tell my guys every day, I was like, look, we can only control what we can control. People are going to talk. People are going to, you know, put us on TV, on the news. We just got to keep playing, put the team first in everything we do, and give God the glory for our successes. And that's important. You know, we got a strong FCA-based group. We got a character coach that's helping our guys stay on track. So I don't hype up the rankings too much, Coach. I don't put a lot of stock into it because we've got three gauntlet games this week, and we know we have to play well, and all of those have a chance to win. So we're staying focused on the prize.
Yeah, I always wondered, like Max Prep, I think it's still Max Prep. You know, a lot of it's off reputation. So even if let's just say you, Bozeman, especially when they were 1A, well, even now, if you guys even have a kind of an off year, it seems like you guys they think so highly of you guys because what you've done throughout the years. Do you think there's any truth to that? I mean, to me, it seems that way. Y'all could be down a little bit, but they're going to still have you guys ranked pretty good.
Well, one of the things that's going into these rankings is the strength of schedule. We've taken great pride in playing the best schedule that we can find, you know, within reason. Some of these teams that are so highly ranked, they travel to play the best teams across the state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost insanity, you know, traveling 3 and 4 hours just to play a weeknight game. But we try to play everybody that will play us in the Panhandle. We play the strongest teams we can find. Now, that really helps out the ranking. But there's also coaches that give input. Some of the top-ranked coaches that gave us favor and helped out with some of those rankings. I think the last national ranking I saw, we were up to 14, state ranking 3. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're just trying to you know, prepare for our next game and stay focused on controlling what we can control.
I tell you what, Nick, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. We'll talk to you next week. Oh, before we let you go, just real quick, what do you think about this? You know, I listened to Trump. I love President Trump. I was listening to him. And at one time, he's like, we'll probably change it and keep daylight savings time. Then a lot of people that talk to him that have kids that start school or going to school, and they really don't like getting up in the mornings. Down Southwest Florida, it's dark every morning. I don't care what time they start school. It seems like it's darker down there. But what do you like better, daylight savings, or you want to keep it like we just had it, or keep it like it is?
Coach, I like the traditional. I like both times. Me personally, I just got up and fed the chickens this morning in the dark. Took out the trash in the dark. I cleaned up the carport in the dark because it rained all day yesterday. But you know what? I like both times. We just keep it like that. I'm a creature of habit, Coach.
All right. Listen, I started investing in eggs. I'm starting to go around getting eggs anywhere I can get them and sell them. So that's a pretty good business you got going there if you're raising eggs.
Yeah, Coach, the Borswick family's selling eggs for $25 a dozen if you need any. All right, we'll be there for you.
All right, man. Hey, Nick, we'll talk to you next week. Good luck to you this week.
See you, Coach. Bye-bye.
Unbelievable. They got it rolling, South Walton. The Seahawks have got it rolling. You hear me, Chad Mitchell?
Yes, I do.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You a little bit late today? What happened?
Well,
were you listening coming in?
I was not, actually.
Oh, good. Hey, I got to tell you, man, I was kind of disappointed in Wildcat. He was saying some stuff I didn't like.
I'm sure he was. Yeah, it was Kentucky.
Yeah. The legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell, every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Did you have a good weekend?
It was good.
You look aggressive. I don't know if I like this time change. I just got used to this past one. I get up. I said, "What? It's too dark. I can't even see."
I'm still tired.
I know.
I'm drinking some tea this morning, trying to wake up.
I hear you.
And
I'm tired too, man.
and then the light. The reason I was late is because the light at Thomas Drive. Listen, it went through 3 cycles before I could get through it. It usually is one or none.
Yeah.
Usually I get there and I can keep going, but this time 3 cycles, traffic backed up into the next light.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with that?
Wildcat said, like he used to tell his former players, if you get where you're going to go 10 minutes early, you'll never be late.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no excuses. He said you got to be on time.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I said that.
You know what happened with those lights is they still think they're in the high traffic time of the day.
I guess.
Yeah.
And so they
Is that what it is?
Yeah, when it's
I mean,
high traffic, it changes every 5 seconds.
It was
Department of
totally different
Transportation
this morning.
I don't think that made any sense. High traffic.
Well,
It turns quicker on high traffic?
do you make sense?
Yeah. So
Does it
that
normally
so that
make
both,
sense?
both
Is
ways of
anything-
traffic
yeah,
can get through when
everybody-
it doesn't get backed up.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, don't you guys
I
know
learn
nothing?
something from him every day. It's amazing. Let's talk about. Can I do commercials?
Go
Can
ahead.
we talk, please,
your show.
about some of these great?
Kind of.
It's his show. Any of these great commercials we have, like the legend right here, Dr. Chad Mitchell. He can do it the old-fashioned way. He can do robotic surgery. The guy can do anything. He's incredible. People from all around come just to be operated on Chad Mitchell. And you don't have to be a great athlete. You can make a call, make an appointment, and see Chad. 25 plus years on Bay County sidelines, getting up his weekends for these athletes here around the Panhandle of Florida. It's incredible. Also, don't forget about Stevenson Air Conditioning. Love Jason, his crew down there. Family owned. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. If you have any problem with heating or cooling, don't you even dare think about anybody else. Go local. Go Stevenson Air Conditioning. Most honest, hardworking people out there. Not even close. Also, if you're thinking about getting a new roof, which I am thinking about, it's getting closer and closer for me. I already know where I'm going to go. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. Kyle Vandergrift does an incredible job, whatever he's doing. He got all kinds of different businesses, but this is what they specialize in. They can do residential, commercial. They can do it all. They design, they build. They can do anything. They can build you anything you want, but I love what they do with the roofing business. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. Also, the local 115 down in historical Bay County, Panama City. Get down there, have a great time.
Great
how about that
place
gumbo?
for lunch.
How about that gumbo?
Salad bar.
Yeah, how about that bar?
You are an aficionado of gumbo.
That's pretty good. Some pretty good stuff down there. I like the old-fashioned salad bars back. Right there at local 115. Go check it out and have a great time. We've been going a lot over the weekend, so we've got to get down. I mean, hopefully this is a weekend we get down there. But I'll give you a heads up right now. They're saying Saturday, for severe weather, this thing that's developing, they said the low pressure was like 980. That's crazy. Yes, that's like a
hurricane kind of thing.
It's going to be bad, some rough stuff. It's going to be really bad up in Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee. We'll get some of the tail end. We're going to get some. We're not sure we're going to get as bad as it's going to be in parts of Alabama. So this weekend, if you got something planned Saturday, keep an eye on the sky. We'll be right back with a legend right here, Chad Mitchell, the other legend, Wildcat on 104.3. We're going to talk to another unbelievable baseball coach, one of the best around, Coach Jones, Arnold High School, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge.
Three-pointer, puts it in.
We're taking March Madness to the next level. Join our bracket challenge at ESPNPC.com to compete with the ESPN Northwest Florida listeners and staff. The top 3 brackets win cash and prizes. Join the madness at ESPNPC.com. The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge is sponsored by PCB Hobby, Pepsi, and Panama City Toyota.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Mostly cloudy this morning with temps near 61 and a wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunshine in the afternoon and evening, a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest and a temperature of 64. About the same tomorrow, around 69 with sunshine and a wind around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west-northwest. Sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 70. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Pizza, formerly Marcy's Pizza, is back with more hours and more pizza. Each Pizza has new owners and now open every day, 11 to 11. Pizza by the slice, whole pies, wings, pretzels, garlic knots, and more choice eats in East PCB. I finally tried a slice, and it was a thin crust, totes, cheesy slice of paradise. 8815 B Thomas Drive. Online at beachpizzapcb.com. Call ahead, 850-775-4053.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Does anybody really know what time it is?
Who is that? What group is that?
Chicago.
Oh, that is Chicago. Hey, that's good. We're talking about the time zone. If you're getting, you know what? He is incredible. He really is. I can't say it. I don't have the ability to express how impressive you are and what you mean to me. I just don't have that in me. You complete me.
You can try. I mean, we're going to let you try.
Complete us.
He completes you. I'm complete on my own.
Is there any truth that you might be trying to hire him away? I mean,
no.
he is that talented at whatever he does?
Hey, I'm good with robots.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's amazing. We got Coach on. All right, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Arnold High School, Coach Jones. Coach, how you doing this morning, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We are outstanding. I'm going to go ahead and ask you. We asked Nick a minute ago, what about this time change? Does that affect? I mean, baseball you might love it. You can stay out there and practice longer. But when you're playing a baseball game, that sun's going down, depending on what park you're in, it could be a little issue. But seriously, do you even care about the time change? You okay with the way it is? Because the thing about changing it, what would you like to have happen?
Well, you're not the only one who asked my opinion on this. I like it the way it is. I don't think we have to change everything we do. I will say from a baseball perspective, especially at our field, the sun goes down in right field, so the sun gets in the hitter's eyes, and now that'll happen later. Unfortunately, that happens during JV games in the first half of the season and during varsity games in the second half of the season. So it's a little bit more difficult to hit at our field during some of the time when the sun is not quite down, but it's on the way down. It's going right in the batter's eyes from time to time. But from a non-baseball perspective, I don't know. I'm not one who thinks we need to change everything we're doing, but I'm also not one that I'm not a farmer, and so it doesn't make sense to me either. But it's been the way it is, and I'm okay with keeping it. But I'll go with whatever everybody says.
All right, that's two legendary coaches said keep it like it is.
Yeah.
Now, what say you, Doctor?
I like it the way it is. I mean, yes, it's hard to get used to in the transition, but after about a week, it's over.
Yeah, it was hard this morning, I'll tell you.
It was,
yeah. And I knew it affected baseball.
Fall's not.
I've been to that baseball stadium. I've sat there and watched games there. I know what he's talking about. All right, Coach, we're going to talk to you in a week. Tell us what's happened. Everybody healthy, everybody doing good, and then give us a little rundown what you got coming up.
Okay, we had a little bit of a rough week. We played 3 games last week. We went 1-2. We beat Cottondale on Monday at Gulf Coast College. It was a nice experience to go out there and play on their field. We were able to win that one 7-2. Jackson Ross got the start for us and threw well and got the win. Carter Campbell threw really well, 2 innings in relief. Austin Hendricks and Connor McCann had 2 hits. Austin Hendricks hit a triple. Josh Lindsay hit a triple. So that was a relatively productive game for us. The games got tougher for us the rest of the week. We lost the next night at Holmes County, and sort of hurricane force winds out there. It was really windy that night on Tuesday. We lost that one 9-1. They threw a Mitchell kid who's a great pitcher against us, and he was outstanding and kept us at bay all night. And their hitters had a really good approach, put the ball in play, and made things happen. So we were able to beat Holmes County the first week of the year, maybe the first game of the year, and they got their revenge on us on Tuesday and played really well. That's a heck of a good team they got there. And then Thursday we played South Walton, and we lost that one 11-1. We got mercy ruled in 5 innings. It's the first time we've gotten mercy ruled in a little over 2 years. It doesn't happen too often around here, so you got to give them credit. But also in that particular game, we made 7 errors defensively, and so their 11 runs there was a lot of they got a lot of help from us. Cooper Moss threw on the mound and just not great luck. We gave up 1 earned run in 4 innings. We struck out 8, but we didn't make enough plays or hardly any plays behind them to give ourselves a chance there. And South Walton is a very talented team. I'm not sure the latest poll. I've seen, they were number 7 in the country. Again, that might be about a week old, and I believe every bit of that. That's a really talented team they got there, and so you have to play well to give yourself a chance against them. And we clearly did not play well, and so they showed us what happens when you don't play well against a good team. They beat us up a little bit, and tribute to them and their talent. And we got to figure some things out on our end, and it's not going to be any easier this week. We play tomorrow. We play at Jay. I guess weather dependent. Jay won the 1A state championship last year. And then Thursday and Friday, we're playing in the South Walton tournament against 2 really good teams. We're playing Marist from Georgia on Thursday. We came down here and beat everybody last year during their spring break, including Pensacola Catholic, gave them their only regular season loss last year. And then we play the Providence School from Jacksonville on Friday. So Thursday, Marist, we play them 6 p.m. at Northwest Florida State. Again, it'll be nice for us to get on another college venue. And then Friday, we play at South Walton against Providence at noon as part of this tournament. So we told them coming in, we have a heck of a tough schedule. I think Max Press has us with maybe the toughest schedule in our classification, and one of the tougher ones in the state, and it's not going to get any easier this week. But we feel like last year we started 16-0 and didn't have a whole lot of adversity until near the end, and may or may not have handled the adversity as well as we would like to. So the fact that we're up against it right now a little bit and sort of trying to figure some things out at this point of the year, I think is, if you want a silver lining, I'd rather have it happen now and be playing our best baseball at the end, as opposed to kind of what happened to us last year, where we kind of went 500 after going 16-0. So, but we're up against it now. We got to try and find ways to make plays defensively. If we can't catch the ball defensively, there's no chance we can beat the kind of teams that we're playing right now. So
that's what I was going to ask you
this week.
I was going to ask you about that. Is it the offense? Is it defense? Errors? What you think is this making the mistakes on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, yeah, last week it was defense. We made 3 errors against Holmes County. We probably could have had another one, but we made 7 on Thursday. I'm not sure I've ever seen a team make 7 errors in a game. It's just one of those things where kind of snowballed on us, and you start to have a little bit of doubt defensively and hope they don't hit the ball at you because you made a mistake on the last one, and of course the ball finds you. So we were kind of in one of those funks, but we had a weekend off to sort of forget about it for a while, and we got about 12 inches of rain or whatever it was the last couple of days. So we'll do the best we can to try and get some sort of practice in today, but I think we're looking forward to getting back out on the field and sort of redeeming ourselves and pulling ourselves out of it. It's an itty-bitty funk. We're 7-4. All 4 of the losses are against really good teams, probably top 50 in the state, each one of them. So we don't have any bad losses other than sometimes we didn't play the way, like anywhere near the way that we're capable of in those losses, and that's the frustrating part. But we're still sitting in good shape. We just got to get out of our little mini funk we had there for a couple of days and come back, swing the bats better, but definitely we got to catch the ball before we do anything else. That's the most important thing.
Well, I tell you what, they truly go by strength of schedule. You win some games at the end, y'all definitely going to make it in. There's no doubt about that. That schedule's brutal. Hey, keep up the good work. Appreciate you spending some time with us, and we shall talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you so much. Thanks, sir. Two of the best in the state right there. And two of the best in the state just walked in here. Best at what? I have no idea. But how did you let them in? Come on in, guys. Come on in. Take a chair. Visit with us. The one and only, the legend. Both of these legends. Greg. Are we here to talk about, is this the FSU update coming up next?
Listen, I think they came to have a serious conversation.
They look like they're upset about something.
We're
listen.
supposed to be doing TV this morning, and our producer didn't show up.
So y'all went all
anything better to do. So we came out here.
So y'all drove all the way out there. Nobody's ready for you. You come in here and just take over. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, we ate in between.
Oh, did you bring us anything?
They didn't bring you anything.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Corums came.
Bill Allen and the unbelievable. This mayor, talk about what a legend. He is a living legend.
He's incredible. A legend in his own mind, that's for sure.
Greg Bernick. I mean, he truly. Both of you are. If y'all as good as everybody says y'all are, I missed out on a lot of great things. I heard stories about you two.
Yeah, well, let's not go there.
I'll tell you the good ones off air.
Yeah, let's don't go there.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Everything good?
Same old stuff. We just wanted to stop in, and I saw Glenn Thursday and had lunch with him, and so I said, "Yeah, we need to go out there." Had no idea we were coming this morning, so we're just interrupting screen.
No, we just thought we'd come out and maybe just remind you about the crap you started giving us last year over FSU baseball and our choice of. They're 15-0. Is that right? Yeah. Something like that.
Well, if they're 0-15, we would have shut up.
I know. Sometimes you get lucky.
We're about to talk about them, Bill.
Yeah.
You can talk about them with us.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to take a break.
Yeah, we do.
Let's talk about some of our great people, man. Appreciate all of them. The legends in here, Dr. Chad Mitchell. Any type of injury, call Chad. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344, or you can look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Don't forget, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. You women, you got to worry about breast cancer, skin cancer. Dr. Ward, if you have any problem, it doesn't look right, feel right, don't put it off. 5 minutes can save your life. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And he's got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. If you're listening right now, there's an office near you. Don't put it off. It can be deadly. The guy's operating me twice. Does an incredible job. You want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Listen to Jason tomorrow. 2 great locations, Pier Park, 23rd Street, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. We'll be right back. Bill Allen, Greg Bernicki, and the one and only Wildcat, and then Doc. 104.3 ESPN. Be right back.
The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge.
March Madness is incoming, and for the most bracket-busting fun, we've got you covered. This Sunday, find out who is going to the big dance. Selection Sunday coverage starts at 5. Then, fill out your bracket by going to ESPNPC.com and clicking Big Bracket Challenge. Free to play, and you can win cash and prizes from your home for March Madness.
It's ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bendian's Best Moves is a local moving company in Panama City, providing reliable services to the families and businesses in our community. Coveted for the long list of services they provide, experts at what they do, and they do it all from start to finish. The pros at Bendian's Best Moves have moved doctors, attorneys, pastors, schools, small businesses, the federal government, and they can move you too. For the best moving experience, it's Bendian's Best Moves. Call now, 850-583-0814. Introducing Lucid Stream TV. Get over 2,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch local network channels from most major markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Lucid Stream TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200 plus entertainment and news networks. or watch 10,000 movies on demand, including recent theater releases. Just $42 a month when you use the promo code ESPNNW at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Lucid Stream TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Lucid Stream TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Lucid Stream TV logo.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! You had your headsets on, you could hear probably a little bit better.
That's why we didn't.
There you go. Bill's here 5 minutes, already got me in trouble. Anyway, FSU update is brought to you by Newbies. Not 3, but now 4 great locations. Love John and Charlotte. Always giving back to the community. Spring break has kicked off in that place. They've been packed out everywhere. Now they got the best bands, the best entertainment every single night for all you spring breakers. Head on down to the mothership and have a great time. If you're over in St. Andrews, you cross the bridge, they got a beautiful facility over there. Go check it out. Blue building, it's incredible.
Yeah, we were there for part of Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic. They've got those fire pits outside,
Oh, my God.
plenty of room, looking at the bed. It's just beautiful over there. It's great.
Yeah, I tell you what, I talk about John all the time. He looks like he can still play at Miami. The guy's incredible. They do a great job. Now, Newbie's still on the curve. You won't get you all the baseball, basketball games that just happened, and it's going to happen in the future. Go have a great time. Tell them Coach sent you. Before we get into FSU, it is FSU. Did you see what happened? Coach was the first black player at UT Martin, and all of his teammates were at the game. His teammates back at UT Martin, Coach Hamilton, they are all there. You saw all these old white guys standing up there. Mm-hmm. He was the only black on the basketball team, and every one of them showed up for his last game, and that's pretty impressive. Man. That tells you the kind of a guy he is.
Respect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because guys came from all over the Southeast to come be there for their teammate. And I thought that was pretty incredible.
They were playing SMU. Did they win that game? Because they had it on, and then...
Yeah.
Well, let's ask Chad Mitchell. Chad, what's going on with FSU?
Yeah, FSU lost. Oh, actually... No, they won.
There is a difference.
I was thinking of the women. I was thinking of the women. The women lost, and so just shows you. I better look at my cue cards here.
Sorry, it's a man's world.
Yeah. Anyway, the women lost.
I could not believe that. I have been keeping up with them and watching the girls softball, and they have run ruled 2/3 of their games.
Mm-hmm. They're good.
They played 2 games against Oregon and didn't score. They lost 1-0 and 2-0. One of them was 12 innings.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it just tells you good pitching beats good hitting.
They flew all the way over there. And didn't you say, Chad, they were taking buses to all the different schools in that region over there? Yeah, it was somebody else. They flew out there, but they're playing all those teams in I don't know how far it is, but going back and forth. You get on those buses, that kind of wears you out. Take a trip across the country.
Maybe they didn't bring their bats with them.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chad. What else you got?
Well, the men won 76-69 over SMU. Their next game is Syracuse. Will be in Charlotte on the 11th at 6 p.m. on the ACC network. I believe that's part of the whole ACC tournament. The women are who lost. The women, FSU Seminoles lose 60-56 to North Carolina, who's ranked number 14th. FSU's ranked 22nd. And then we can get to baseball and they won.
I think they won 3 games against Lipscomb this weekend.
Yeah, baseball's 15-0, and that's who they beat. Was Lipscomb 10-1, 11-5. And then Sunday, I don't have that score because I guess I got it last night. But the game that everybody's focusing on is this Tuesday, March 11th.
Yeah.
Florida and FSU.
You know, Jeremy Pridgett's church, they got a bus. They're busing everybody over there for the game and coming right back after the games.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun to go to. That'd be a great game.
That thing would be packed out.
Yeah. I think they're 6th and 7th, if I remember that right, in the rankings.
Yeah, Florida's got a good team.
Yeah.
Both of them. They always do. They always do.
And then talking softball, number 11, Florida State. They are, 20-5. They have a losing streak of 1. And let me get down here to the games.
Well, they lost 2 yesterday, so.
Well, so they
double that.
Let's see, Sunday. Well, they actually so they were playing Oregon State in Oregon, out at Eugene, Oregon, and it looks like Friday they won 8-0 against Oregon State. Then they lost the second game Friday 2-0 to Oregon. And then Saturday, they won 8-2 over Oregon State. And then they lost again on Sunday to the University of Oregon. And so that's...
they'll get back home and do a lot better. I'm not worried about their softball team.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Their pitching is much better this year than last year. They've got some experience and stuff, and they've got some great hitters. I mean... Good Lord.
I want to ask all three of you this because this has happened, and I want your opinion on it. I'm kind of like, why leave? You're going to make Clemson and Florida State, there's a settlement. They're going to make more money. They're going to pay them a lot more money than other schools because their TV ratings, even this past year, Florida State's on TV, people watch them. That's why the Big Ten, SEC, they're on their radar. But now everything's changed with that settlement. Do you just stay where you're at? It's a lot easier path to get in the playoffs in the ACC instead of joining the SEC and going to the Big Ten. They'll dominate. If Florida State gets back like I think they're going to, especially Clemson, if you're Dabo, Norvell, would you want to leave and go to the Big Ten SEC, or would you stay where you're at? The only thing is negative. When they go profit sharing across the board, the SEC and Big Ten have so much more money to share with the players because TV revenue. That's going to hurt them. They're not going to make that kind of money. Florida State's not going to make the money Auburn, Alabama, Florida have and stuff like that. What would you do? Well, and if you're a coach, you can keep your job a lot longer in the ACC than the big SEC and Big Ten. Would you stay in the ACC if you had a choice, or would you go to the SEC or the Big Ten?
I don't think the SEC wants Florida State in there because of recruiting. Where they are located geographically, they can pick some players.
Yeah,
they know they're going to be taking players that want to be in the SEC because of the exposure, but won't go to Florida State because they're in the ACC. So it's like Texas. Texas has gotten better since they got in the ACC. I mean the SEC. So if it's me, I'm striving to get out of where they are and play against a good competition.
I said that a long time ago. Auburn doesn't want them in. Alabama doesn't want in. Georgia, Florida. I don't think nobody wants them in because, like you said,
I want them in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we do. We're fans do. But what do you think, Bill?
Well, in this environment, you got to go where the money is.
So you would leave?
You got to buy a team every year, and unfortunately, and of course, Bill's cynical opinion, I don't know how many of these kids anymore care about national titles or anything else.
They care about money.
You're getting paid. Because you look at some of the moves where some of these high-priced kids went to places where they ain't got a chance of being in any kind of playoff game. So, unfortunately, I believe that that's out of the equation. And just like Florida State, last year they didn't buy well or whatever didn't happen. But, and now you look at where they're ranked, preseason because, maybe some of the things that they did, but you got to be able to compete and buy the players.
Let's take this phone call, and Chad will let you jump in on that. Good morning, Rob. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I just had a hard time. Dr. Mitchell is struggling this morning with his update. They're just
I got my men and women's basketball backwards.
Just remember, don't schedule surgeries on when time changes for
It's that red light on Thomas Drive that
they got me. It threw me off.
Yeah, that really screwed
Rob, what do you think? Does Florida State leave and go to the Big Ten or the SEC if they have that option? Or do they stay in the ACC and probably win, but they're not getting the players that some of these other schools are going to get because of money?
a couple years ago, I'd have said they were going to the SEC, but now, who knows? I just think they're going to wait till everything kind of all the dust settles, all the new contracts, TV contracts come out, and see if it doesn't just go to two big super conferences and see where it goes from there. Because at this point in time, their bubble has the air has come out of it a little bit. But I hate to say it, I don't know that Norvell is the answer. You know, after seeing, if you go back and look since he's been there, did Travis not get him out of a lot of trouble, you know, when they went 13-0? I mean,
yeah, I would say so.
I think he's a great morale person. I think he but I'm just not sure now. He's got a lot better assistant coaches now, so maybe this is going to make a big difference.
Hey, Rob, we got to take a break, but let me ask you this.
All right, guys.
Wait a minute, don't leave.
Well, you got a great bunch of guests in there this morning, so I'm not going to hold you up.
All right, wait a minute. I want to ask you this. You said something that jumped right in my mind. Nick Saban ever go 13-0, and then the next year go 2-10? Not even Gus Malzahn. Gus Malzahn never did that. I mean, that you gotta question that, man. And Bill they made a poor decision. Valuation was poor. Developing was poor. When you drop from 13-1 and you go 2-10, you can't blame it all on the players.
But look at the players he had that year. You had two defensive linemen that are playing on the same pro team as rookies, you know, and you had a quarterback that got you out of a lot of jams.
Yeah.
Tell me this: did they really play well when they were 13-0? I'm talking about, did they just go out and dominate everybody? No. They were in close games, and Travis got them. You know, Travis pulled them out here, pulled them out there. You know, if you really go back and you look at it with open mind, is he really the guy?
Well, here's the other thing, too, Rob. I know we got to go to break, but what if we got the other Travis that went with Deion? He was coming there. Well, Deion decides to coach, and we don't get that kid. We'd have got the Sanders kid and that kid, so we would have been able to continue a legacy, which you couldn't do. I mean, and they wouldn't have had to buy those guys. Or they'd had to pay them, but they wouldn't have to buy them.
Right. And I honestly think that if we would have played our starting 20 against Georgia, I think that would have been a totally
no doubt.
Ball.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Because Georgia I don't think Georgia would have scored 17 points against that defense.
Probably not.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge.
March Madness is incoming, and for the most bracket-busting fun, we've got you covered. This Sunday, find out who is going to the big dance. Selection Sunday coverage starts at 5. Then, fill out your bracket by going to ESPNPC.com and clicking Big Bracket Challenge. Free to play, and you can win cash and prizes from your home for March Madness.
It's ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Mostly cloudy this morning with temps near 61 and a wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunshine in the afternoon and evening, a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest and a temperature of 64. About the same tomorrow, around 69 with sunshine and a wind around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west-northwest. Sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 70. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Get your shine on at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Now with a special offer for new members only. Purchase our best wash, The Works, at Tommy's Express and get your first month of unlimited washing with the Tommy Club free. The Works includes our best: Red Hot Cleanser, Tire Shine, and Ceramic Body Wax to protect your paint job and seal and shine. Hurry in today. This is a limited time offer. Tommy's Express, Highway 77 and 23rd Street, next to Starbucks.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash, wow, for all day freshness.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all.
I hope you won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
Not after spicy your food nibble!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! We'll get into Gators in a minute, which I think has the best basketball team in the country, by the way. Hey, real quick.
Did they win last night?
They always win. They won Saturday. Yeah, they're hot, man. They go on the road, destroy Auburn. They go to Tuscaloosa, last Wednesday, and just beat down Alabama. They're hot. They can shoot. They're good. I'm telling you, they might win it all. I like Florida. All right, real quick. Turpo Pest Control. You want that yard to look beautiful? Call Patrick. They'll be there in a second. They do an incredible job. Also, insects in your house? Call Turpo Pest Control. Patrick can take care of that. Listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, I want some jewelry. Where am I heading?
If you're a smart man, you're going to go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77, and to walk in there, talk to Russ and Amber. They want you to start thinking about, especially you young folk, start thinking that it's bridal season. If you're going to get married out on the beach, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
And they can custom design you an engagement ring and have it ready for you in 10 days, and they promise to do it for less than anybody else. David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77, Lynn Haven.
All right, I want to go back to FSU real quick. I got the two experts that really run Tallahassee and Florida State Athletic Department, Bill Allen, Greg Bernicki. You fixed the baseball program. You got that all straightened out. We all question it.
Oh, wait. Thank you. Write that down. Record this.
We question your selection there for that one first season.
What did they do last year?
They were great.
No, Bill and Greg.
They did good baseball. Now we're talking football. What happened? They got to be something that happened in the locker room. The chemistry of the team, there was never any. There was no leadership. Football? Yeah, there was nothing.
That Georgia game it carried over and just destroyed them. And as you said earlier, we got a slew-footed, slow quarterback that didn't prove himself in two other places. We were supposed to get Cam Ward. We didn't do it. Had we gotten Cam Ward, we would have been way overinflated, just like Miami was.
Yeah.
And, who knows where we would have ended up. But one key player like that can make you or break you, and obviously this kid, as nice as he was, he's on the sidelines, and he hurt his pinky, so he couldn't play anymore, and, he did this, and the other guy's going, man, I learned so much from him. I hope he didn't learn too much. I don't know that I want to know all the things.
I'm not a fan, but he was running for his life a lot. Is that offensive line that was supposed to be so great spent most of the game on their backs looking up.
And then when he did throw the ball to the receivers, they usually dropped it.
Oh, yeah.
There's that, too.
So it was everything across the board. Offense, defense, everything.
We had no running game.
But let me ask you this. You heard Rob talking. Whose fault is it? Who's in charge? Who's responsible for having those players there at that school?
Right.
And he got rid of most of his coaches. Is that a positive? That a negative? What were you saying? If this doesn't work, what's the next move? At most places.
I mean, if you get rid of all the coaches, and that doesn't turn out to be the right answer, then you need to look in the mirror. Yeah. And if he doesn't look in the mirror, whoever hires him is going to look in the mirror, and they're going to go, listen, we already fixed what you said it was before, and now it must be you.
Okay,
that's going to be...
you are rolling the dice when you do that.
Well, that's it. So if you didn't pick the right players and you end up, then that gives them fodder to eliminate him. And I think he's a wonderful person, and he did so well in that 1 year that it's just kind of like he, melted in everybody's heart. He was so good, and he's so this and that. And then the next year so bad. So as bad as it was, as good as it was, it's as bad as it was the next year. So then they just go, well, guess what? If he fails again.
But I think you're going to see that more and more in all the schools, because, if you don't pony up, you're not getting the players.
Yeah.
you can go from the,
penthouse to the outhouse.
Outhouse.
Look at the Florida coach. That Florida coach was 1 millimeter from getting axed about 4 times.
Yeah.
What's the cure? Good quarterback.
Yeah. And good coaching, changing what you're doing.
I mean,
now, so how much is the fault of the NIL collective at FSU?
Oh, you don't really want me.
No, I'm asking it because you're blowing up the coach. Let's look at the whole.
He's
the whole
blowing
thing.
up the coach. I like him. I think he did what he had to do because obviously something had to happen when you come in. Quarterback or not, not quarterback or not, you need a great quarterback. But when your line doesn't play on both sides of the ball,
sure,
it's as a motivation or a coaching issue or whatever. So you take a big chance, you clean house, like Greg said. But if that house cleaning doesn't work, but as far as the
NIL collective, are they to blame?
Do you have enough?
Well, sure it is.
It is. You have
made a bad. They made a bad purchase. Absolutely.
It's
you bought a lemon.
Yeah,
you got a lemon.
You have to. You have to have the money to compete. Unfortunately,
that's right. Unfortunately, that's the rule now.
And you got to have your booster step up. You got to have the facility step up and realize that's just the state of the union now. Saban, brilliant. That's why he's not coaching.
Yeah,
he can't coach the way that he was so successful. And I hate Alabama, but I always like Saban. And fans, but I said
he looked at me.
Yeah, he looked at me too.
Present Company X.
But he was brilliant because he knew. So, and I believe he can still coach. I think he's smart as ever.
He didn't have the money that Ohio State had. Alabama doesn't. They can say what they want. They don't have the money like Ohio State. They don't have the money like Texas. And I don't think we have the money like Texas A&M.
Well, let's make a segue.
And Oregon.
What about Oregon? The guys from Oregon, they're
buying them all over the place.
Listen, let me tell you who does have the money, apparently.
Texas.
Florida has given DJ Lagway enough money that he decided to donate part of it to women's sports. 6 figures to women's sports. So what does that tell you? Florida must be paying DJ Lagway pretty well.
And he's got a good tax advisor.
He's going
to
exactly
for that.
And that's one of our Florida stories here is that DJ Lagway contributing 6 figures, it didn't say what the number was, to women's sports NIL at Florida on International Women's Day. So somebody's got some money.
That's pretty good.
Well, right? What about the kid? What about the kid from Notre Dame from Fairhope? He comes on there and he says, "I'll come under one condition: that each one of my offensive linemen gets paid X."
There you go.
That's a smart man.
Yeah, because he knows he needs protection.
You bet your butt.
Well, they need to take a lesson from the professional quarterbacks who take care of their offensive linemen.
Right.
They buy them Rolexes, they take them, they do all that kind of stuff.
Too.
Unlike a certain quarterback at Georgia who bought a Lamborghini and didn't care about anybody else and got a bad rep just on personality, I guess.
I know a radio show host like
that. He needs facial surgery, too. Boy, that guy, man, he's no prize.
He fell in love with that girl down in Miami. He knew her for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Now he moved all the way down to be with her. How long is that?
Well, did you ever think he was going to make any money in the pros?
No.
I think they looked at, I'm declaring for the pros, and nobody was declared for him.
We don't even know how healthy he is after that surgery.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was, to me, that's a
you can declare for the draft, but if nobody declares they want you,
I want to ask you both real quick.
You got to go somewhere else.
Before we take this break, I like Gus Malzahn as offensive coordinator. Some people don't like it. I do. He had more success against Saban than any other coach in the SEC. If he has a quarterback that can run and throw, Florida State's going to move the ball. If they get a quarterback that can just do one or the other, then it's going to be like a spin.
And doesn't get hurt.
And who's that going to be?
Castellano's tough. Yeah. He's a tough kid, but he's not
Can
big.
he do both?
Yeah.
Can he run and throw?
He can, but
he can.
He's not a big dude, but he's going to have to.
And I think that was part of the attraction, bringing him there with Gus, with the type of offense.
Right.
So, but you're right. But you cannot be one-dimensional as a quarterback.
Not with him. Not at him calling plays. But week one, can't wait. Both coaches have to win that game in Tallahassee, Alabama, Florida State.
Yeah, you think there's going to be a couple of people there?
Woo, they could sell as many as they wanted.
Buddy.
Have you got my two yet? It's your time to get me two
Yeah,
tickets.
there will call. You just show up game day. Tell them who you are.
That sounds good. I'll be there, man.
They'll have something for you.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Talk about something you really want to talk about, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Huge win on the road. It's about time. Let's talk about some of these other great people.
That was a good
Yeah, they're good. Beef O'Brace in Lynn Haven. Pat Perno is the city commissioner in Lynn Haven, does an incredible job there. His restaurant is unbelievable. They got the 10 for 10 going on all the time. Saturdays now, they got all kind of specials going on Saturday mornings. Go there and watch all the basketball games, baseball games. Beef O'Brace in Lynn Haven. After that, head on down to see Russ, Amber, go buy you some jewelry. They do a great job down there. And what about the new local 115 downtown historical Panama City? It's an oyster bar with a sports theme. They got oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbo, soup, salads, wings, ice cold beer. Try the Tommy Oliver, and they did a great job with their Tommy Oliver draft beer. The price they actually put on it is what you actually pay. That's pretty incredible.
And they've got Jared Hale's jersey on the wall, so you can go there and have your picture taken with Jared's jersey. So
I ate there last week. It was good.
Yeah.
Crab cakes were wonderful.
Yeah, I did too.
Good food, good people. I love the Vandegrift family. Unbelievable. Speaking of Kyle, I love what he's doing also with his roofing and general contract. They can design, they can build commercial, residential. If you're getting ready to get a new roof, this is who you want to go with. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contractor. Kyle Vandegrift does an incredible job. That's who we're going to go with. They're unbelievable. We'll be right back with the legendary Bill Allen, Greg Bernicki, and then the common folk, Wildcat me, and then the biggest legend of all of us, Dr. Chad Mitchell. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
So in the middle of the Civil War, someone was like, you know what this country needs? A delicious steak sauce. A1 was established in 1862. A1 sauce was created to enhance the flavor of meat, fish, and fowl. It was invented in 1824 by the Henderson William brand, the personal chef of King George IV and the United Kingdom.
Middays 11 to 1. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Mostly cloudy this morning with temps near 61 and a wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunshine in the afternoon and evening, a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest and a temperature of 64. About the same tomorrow, around 69 with sunshine and a wind around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west-northwest. Sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 70. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ready for a great deal? It's Ready, Set, Go time at Panama City Toyota, where you can get 3.99% APR on the perfect combination of sport and utility in the new RAV4, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 1.99% on the ruggedly refined Tacoma, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. And get 1.99% on a new Tundra, named the best resale value in its class by Kelley Blue Book. Ready, Set, Go.
Offer ends March 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe. ESPN Northwest Florida.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama Updates brought to you by a local legend. I love this guy. Locals taking care of locals. If you're out buying anything, shopping anywhere, Don't go national. Go with people that grew up here. Go with locals. They take care of you. You take care of them. And that's what you're going to get the best from Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason graduated from Mosley High School, starts his family-owned company. They've expanded throughout the Panhandle of Florida. They do an incredible job. Very honest, hardworking people. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. For all your heating and cooling is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Alabama, Sears, buzzer shot, overtime win. Alabama takes down number 1 Auburn. Number 7, Alabama, 93. Number 1, Auburn, 91. Great game, great atmosphere, unbelievable overtime win for the Crimson Tide. Auburn's only lost 2 games at home. They lost to the Florida Gators, and now they've lost the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama's now 24-7, third seed in the SEC. Auburn drops to 27-4, the number 1 seed in the SEC, probably the number 1 overall seeded team in the country. Alabama, 24-7. At home, they finish the year 12-3. On the road, they go 9-3. Neutral sites, 3-1. Alabama, again, finishes third in the SEC. Auburn, number 1. Florida Gators, number 2. Alabama, number 3. Jumping into baseball, Bama baseball was 16-0. They lost yesterday. 6-1, 12-1 at home, 1-0 on the road, 3-0 neutral sites. Sunday, they got beat by 11-8. Presbury, I think it was. They beat them Friday 10-0. They won Saturday 15-1, and they get beat yesterday 8-11. And then we got the real baseball is going to start here pretty soon for Crimson Tide. Now tomorrow they'll play 6 o'clock UAB. Then the real SEC baseball begins. You can have this 15 wins, 16 wins, whatever it is. You haven't really played any powerhouses. You jump into the SEC right off the bat. They're going to play Texas A&M Friday night. Good luck with that one. The second game will be Saturday, March 15th, and then Sunday, the last game, March 16th. Texas A&M's got an unbelievable baseball program, baseball team. We're going to find out a lot about Alabama baseball after this. Alabama softball, they're 19-7 right now. In years past, that would be disappointing. The schedule's brutal, and the SEC with Texas in there and Oklahoma now in the SEC, and you make it tougher. Alabama's 12-2 at home. They are 1-1 on the road. Neutral sites are 6-4. Friday, they beat March 7th, Alabama 12, Iowa 3. Saturday, Alabama beats Iowa 5-1. And then Saturday, Lafayette. Alabama beats, Lafayette won 4-3 over Alabama. Tuesday, Alabama plays South Alabama, 5 o'clock. You can watch that game on ESPN+. Alabama football. Let's ask these two experts. What did you think the Crimson Tide of Alabama? I'll tell you 2 things. I watched Paul Bear Bryant coach for 25 years, my heroes. He's like Bobby Bowden. Bear Bryant, Bobby Bowden, 2 guys you look up to. Coach Bryant always said you show class, win, lose, show class. He always told the fans, treat people with respect, kindness, and all those things. We had never in my life, and Saban, Stallings, even in our bad years with DeBose, we never saw our players not listen to a coach. We never saw our players fight another player on the field. I never saw that except one time, the national championship game against Georgia.
I was about to say.
That guy kickoff coverage, and he went crazy. No.
What about A.J. McCarron in the center?
No, I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about real pissed off at another player trying to fight.
That's what I was thinking about.
It bothers me. That really made me upset. We're losing to Vandy. I don't know if you saw it on TV tonight. Moore, number 13, he goes nuts. Who
knows better?
He goes nuts. They set the ball for play, the official. He rolls there and kicks the ball. The 15-yard penalty against him. Coach is telling him to get off the field. He didn't leave the field. The next week, he started the game. Then we go to the Auburn game, Iron Bowl. We had 2 players getting fights with Auburn players on the sideline. Another player, a different player, he wouldn't leave the field. They called timeout. They tried to get him to leave the field. He's like pushes the coach off the field. In my whole lifetime, I've never seen Alabama players act that way. One of you said something a minute ago that a player wanted another teammate to come, or the guy that went to Notre Dame. He wanted them to hire.
Well, no, he said, and this kid was from Fairhope, and he used to play for Duke.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, and so he goes there, and he said, I will come if I get paid X, but I'll take the other rest of the money, and I want all my offensive linemen that were already there. They were just their offensive linemen. No offensive lineman came with him.
Right.
He just wanted to make sure the offensive linemen that were going to protect him that year were getting paid.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
That's a smart kid.
No kidding. All he had to do was watch some old 30 by 30
That's what
shows.
Manning needs to do.
Well, that's,
But what I was getting at, could you imagine Bear Bryant walks in your living room and say, yeah, I'll come to Alabama, but you're going to do this and do this, and you're going to pay me this. He would have got him walked out. The players have all the power now.
Well,
they have more players than the NFL.
But it's because of the coach. And the thing is, it's almost like when you got the substitute teacher and the kids just go haywire. Saban was such a disciplinarian that when he leaves and this new guy comes in, this guy's trying to be everybody's friend.
Coach's player.
He's supposed to be his dad. Oh, yeah. No, he needs to get in there, and he did not kick ass and take names.
Yep.
And so they just feel like it's, the coach ain't there. It's time to cut up.
I mean,
and that's the way they act.
I agree, but I don't think you can. You can't.
Talk about it.
Let me tell you something. It's bad enough when you're a top recruit because you got the ego and the special treatment, okay?
Yeah.
It's bad enough. But, you got a commitment to a school. You need to get to a playoff. You need to get to a national championship if you're going to go further, okay?
Yeah.
So, good football coaches and you ride people's butts when they're coaching. So, you can't do that. You tick one of them off now, and he's in the portal and gone for more money. And that's exactly why Saban is not coaching.
Yeah, what you just said is what I'm hearing across the board. There's only two coaches now that really staying the way they used to be. Kirby Smart he still works the crap out of him. You leave, you don't want to do it my way. And I got to give Dabo credit.
Yeah.
He's doing it the old-fashioned way.
Do you know why?
Yeah, but he broke down this year. He's gone to the portal now.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But, right.
They get coachable kids.
Yes.
Coachable kids.
Yes.
Regardless of the talent, you got to have a coachable kid. Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter both, now they did their courses online, and hopefully they did them themselves. Both of them had 4.0s. Coachable kids.
Yeah.
I just it's a different environment. You don't have kids that care about championships. They care about money. There goes the attitude. They don't have any respect for the coaches. They've got millions or they've got whatever they've got, and they know they can leave tomorrow. Well,
they know they don't have to go to class too.
Yeah,
that's what's going on. I was hearing from an insider at Auburn. That was going on, that not only are certain programs getting money pulled from them, from the academic side to pay NIL stuff, but that players, if they're taking a class and they don't show up, I mean, they're making,
They take them all online.
Yeah.
They take them all online.
That too.
Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter never went to a class at Colorado.
Yeah. Right.
It was all online.
Makes you wonder, do they have some tutors or something sitting there with them?
How many? Listen now. Let's get how many Division I athletes, football? Let's just say football, are graduating from college.
I don't know that statistic.
How can you when
Colorado's graduation rate was unbelievable last year, highest it's been in whatever. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
But if you
across the board,
it's pretty low. If you transfer in every other day, every other year,
it's hard
how
to get
can you get a degree?
How do you keep up with that?
You can't.
Well, I'll tell you something else, and I have great respect, of course, for teachers and coaches. Well, most of them, but
I love it.
What are you going to do? Are you going to bust your butt, do everything you can to graduate, and you're going to come out making $60,000 a year when they paid you $2, $3, $4 million to go to college and play? I mean, not a big incentive here to get a degree. You got to be an orthopedic doctor to make that kind of money, and that's more schools. So where's the incentive for these kids to play for a championship or to get a degree?
Yeah.
Now, you've got some people that have, exceptional character and goals in mind, and they're going to graduate and they're going to do well, and they may not go on. Not everybody wants to play pro ball, but a lot of these kids, that's their only.
Who was
way.
that player that declared for the job force or something like that? Declared for the workforce.
But still, some of these kids are making more money than if they do get drafted that they're going to make it. Then they're going to make in the pros.
Yeah.
Now, there's going to be a real difference when you are, ruling the roost, doing whatever you want to, acting any way that you want to now. Yeah. But you go to the pros, and now you're under a contract with this team.
Would you have played more the next week when he kicked the ball out of the officials, after they set it for play, kicks the ball, then he wouldn't leave the field. He would not leave the field after coach said get off the field.
Would you escorted off the field that day and wouldn't have been around?
He started the next week.
See, that's
all that does is set a bad example for the rest of the kids. Well, hell, he did that, so I know I can do this.
Did y'all see it?
It ain't near as bad.
Yeah, I saw it.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw
anyway, I just in my whole
me?
lifetime I never seen something like that.
Mary Bryant would have killed him on the field.
Yeah, Saban would have went ballistic. Well, they wouldn't have done it, those guys, because
they'd have had him escorted.
But Bill, you're right. The reason they're doing it, like you said, he didn't want to lose his players.
More played for Saban.
So I understand where he's coming from.
He would have never done that. You never saw that behavior out of him.
Right. As I was saying,
for Saban.
Bobby
substitute teacher.
What do you think? Bobby Bowden, that guy to never step foot at Florida State again.
Well, I tell you one thing I'll step into. That's the legendary Jay Michaels. And I always run into Bill Allen and some beautiful blonde. Is that your daughter?
Yeah, don't tell Donna. Yeah.
Don't tell Donna. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about Donna.
You know that's true.
Yeah. She is incredible. Get out of Jay
red
Michaels.
Beans and rice with Mike since 1975.
You know it's a special today. Red beans and rice.
I don't care. It's always special when I'm there. I'm eating it. I love it.
And they treat you like specialty there, too. They love you. Get out to Jay Michaels. Have a great time. The best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary Jay Michaels Restaurant. Well, thanks Stevens Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. Also, the legendary Chad. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
This will be his 26 years that he's given up his weekends for Bay District schools and Bay County athletes.
That's tremendous.
I was down in Southwest Florida. We couldn't get a doctor to show up one year or one game. Different parts of the state, you can't get them. This guy has done it, and people come from all around to be operated on. The legendary Chad Mitchell. Chad, we appreciate everything you've done. And he finally got recognized. They recognized him this year. I love that. I thought that was outstanding. We'll be right back. Bill Allen, Greg Bernicki, Dr. Chad Mitchell, Wildcat himself, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What they said about this.
The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge.
Three-pointer, puts it in.
We're taking March Madness to the next level. Join our bracket challenge at ESPNPC.com to compete with the ESPN Northwest Florida listeners and staff. The top three brackets win cash and prizes. Join the madness at ESPNPC.com. The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge is sponsored by PCB Hobby, Pepsi, and Panama City Toyota.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Mostly cloudy this morning with temps near 61 and a wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunshine in the afternoon and evening, a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest and a temperature of 64. About the same tomorrow, around 69 with sunshine and a wind around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west-northwest. Sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 70. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bendian's Best Moves is a local moving company in Panama City, providing reliable services to the families and businesses in our community. Coveted for the long list of services they provide, experts at what they do, and they do it all from start to finish. The pros at Bendian's Best Moves have moved doctors, attorneys, pastors, schools, small businesses, the federal government, and they can move you too. For the best moving experience, it's Bendian's Best Moves. Call now, 850-583-0814.
Ready for a great deal? It's ready, set, go time at Panama City Toyota, where you can get 3.99% APR on the perfect combination of sport and utility in the new RAV4, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 1.99% on the ruggedly refined Tacoma, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. And get 1.99% on a new Tundra, named best resale value in its class by Kelley Blue Book. Ready, set, go.
Offer ends March 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
These men need inspiration.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
They're motivated by Vicodin and Road Skank.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Whoa. Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna, all them Wallamires around here. Auburn fans all over Panama, Florida, and you should be proud of the basketball program. Number one team in the country. That game could have gone either way. What an incredible atmosphere, incredible game. Auburn comes up short. But I want to jump into baseball real quick. I got to ask Bill and Greg and Doc here a question in just a second. But baseball, Auburn, I think, has got a really good program, really good coach. They're 13-3 overall, 10-2 home, 0-1 on the road, 3-0 neutral site. Friday, Auburn beat Old Dominion 10-4. Saturday they beat them 8. Actually, they won 8 to. No, they got beat 11-9, and then yesterday they win 7-3. March 11th, Tuesday they got UT Martin, and then the SEC plays start. They got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday versus Vandy. So the real competition starts next week. SEC baseball is incredible. I want to ask you guys though about. We're talking football. We're talking NIL in the state of Alabama. Auburn in recruiting, they had the top 10 players. And they do a good job ranking Alabama. I got to give them credit there. 8 went to Auburn.
What sport?
Football.
Football.
And I think the number 1 player didn't go to Alabama, didn't go to Auburn, didn't go to Georgia, Florida. He goes to Oregon with all that big money. Mm-hmm. The next highest ranked player goes to Ohio State. And Alabama thought they had him because of money. Alabama, the top 10 players, didn't get any. Hugh Freeze got 8. They're in the top 10 recruiting. They're in the top 10 having players transferred in. Auburn's had 4 losing seasons in a row, which is unheard of. I don't think that's ever happened before. He can't afford to have a losing season. I think he's got to win 8+ to keep his job. What's saving him right now, they've done such a great job recruiting and bringing players in. But they got Yellowwood, the richest man in the state of Alabama, is their booster. They're doing a great job with NIL. They are. Mm-hmm. But do you think he can turn around there? Do you think he can win 8 or 9 games next year at Auburn?
Are those guys that good? Why did only one go up to Auburn? I mean, up to Oregon. That must be the best one that really. Yeah, that's the one that
their needs. So
maybe
wanted.
That's the best that they could find in that state. But
yeah,
I mean, if they're really, really good and stay there the whole time, sure. But that's the problem. They're going to be at Oregon next year if they're really great, or they're going to be somewhere else. Depends on the money. That's why you can't bank on anything.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
You think he can keep his job?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it depends on what he's able to buy, what he's able to put on the field, and it's tough.
It's time, though. I mean, it's his third year.
Yeah.
You've had 2 losing seasons. You got players there now. He's made some changes to his coach staff, kind of like what you pointed out earlier. Yeah. I think it's a do or die. I think that was a losing season next year. There'll be a new coach at Auburn. But I do think he's going to win.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a good year next year. I really do.
Like I said, you just have to see. I don't know. It's going to be very difficult in this environment, Bill's opinion, to judge coaches. It's going to be very difficult to judge coaches. You can't discipline the kids. If you don't have the money to buy the top flight players, you lose them to Oregon, or Ohio State's got a ton of money, Notre Dame. So, I mean, how do you judge it? How do you judge a coach? It's.
But how they're going to do it.
You can't do your job.
But how they're going to do it.
Well, wins and losses. Yeah. That's right.
They're going to do it. They don't care about excuses.
You can't do your job. I mean, you can't discipline these kids like you could before. You can't keep a team together without money, and so it's a year-to-year deal. And I just
see.
I don't know.
Is that ever going to affect Georgia and Clemson? I mean, that's the thing. Is that Kirby's got this culture that he's created, which is really great. But I'm telling you, money supersedes culture unless you get the coachable kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great point.
I mean, if you've got the coachable kids to start with, you got a shot. But you get this guy who's really talented, but no discipline, and, then he can infiltrate your team and he can hurt the other players.
Right.
One bad apple in the bunch can. So it's all about that. Yeah. And how do you get that? How do you get that culture?
He did say the biggest difference for them at Georgia this past year, and like they've had in the past, they were so good, so much depth. They could put another player, and you couldn't tell his first. I mean, they were loaded with depth.
Exactly right.
They're not that way anymore because those backups are gone. They left where they can go play.
Yep.
They're going to pay him to go play. So he does not. He said, yes, affect him. We don't have the backups. They're still going to practice a certain way.
Georgia's are starters everywhere else, most places.
Right. Look at Philadelphia, the defensive line of Philadelphia, all Georgia players, man. Now, I tell you, it solves the whole problem, and they're going to eventually going to do it. You just follow the team that owns the day of the week, the NFL. You're going to hire them as employees. You're going to put them under contract. We're paying you, especially when they do the revenue sharing, that's when they can do it. They're going to have to be employees. If you're employed by the University of Alabama, you can't transfer out and go play somebody else. And you can fire them. You're not going to class. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. You can fire them. They're going to have to do what the NFL.
True. Then they'll bring in the union.
They'll have a union, and that's the reason they hired him yet. They don't want them going to get a union.
And then the Supreme
price
Court
of playing just went up.
Say about that, limiting their ability to make money. That's what this whole thing happened. The entire process
greed
because the ignorance and the arrogance of the NCAA. Yep. They could have got ahead of this.
Yep.
They had their opportunity. They were too arrogant.
Greed.
And the Supreme Court was threatening to put them in jail,
Yeah.
And had they negotiated this, had they been aware of what was going to happen, we wouldn't be in the situation that we are today. They let it go. The attorneys and the agents got it, and it's over with.
Yeah.
And those agents are a hell of a lot smarter.
And they could have got ahead of it.
The amount of money they spent on lawyers over those years, it went on for years. That money alone could have paid for half these. You're right. You're exactly right. They could have got ahead of that, and it wouldn't be the mess it is right now.
The NCAA needs to be dissolved as soon as possible. They haven't made a good decision.
Well, guys, thank y'all for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Tell y'all's
real
wife.
Jobs and stuff like that.
Hey, how's your wife doing?
Good.
Tell her I asked about her. Tell Donna I said hello.
Don't run the brain trust of this organization out of here.
Hey, listen.
It's too early there.
My back is killing me. Are you kidding? I think I'm going to have Chad.
I think they were carrying.
No.
I think they were carrying him.
No. Unbelievable. Anytime y'all want to come back, come on back.
Let me say one more thing. Like in baseball, I know this for a fact in baseball, and it's probably true in football and in professional. Used to be, well, it still is, but these kids coming out of college and they're making, now they're getting professional contracts. They're making whatever. The organizations immediately get them with, somebody in my profession who's an advisor to help them with their monies. And I think that needs to be part of the deal with these kids who are coming out of high school. You hand me $2 million at 17 years old coming out of high school? No, it's not going to be good back then. You need to counsel some of these kids and as to what to do with their money, and it's not writing one check for $475,000 for a car. But anyway, that's just Bill's opinion. They need to give some of these guys
$2 million. It's net about 1.3.
And if they do that, they might be able to tie them to the school a little bit longer.
Yeah.
That's just a random thought.
I'm going to call Trump. He'll get it straightened out. See you guys later. Thank you, sir. Y'all are the best. All right, let's talk to some of our wonderful, wonderful people. Love all you guys out there. But I tell you what, man, I love Pat Perno beef O'Brady's in the Haven. You want to have a great meal, get on there on Wednesday, Chad. 10 wings inside for $9.99. Then head on down to the jewelry store, David Adams. See Russ and Amber. buy your beautiful wife something. Chad, give me a necklace. I want a necklace that says,
"You're not my wife."
I don't want to say that. Say stud or something.
We get paid by ratings. He's doing it right now. So your ratings.
Your check's in the mail. I got your check in the mail. Anyway, all right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Well, I'm Wildcat on the Coach James Hale Show, and without missing a beat, the guy turns around and looks at me and says, "It really sucks to be you, don't it?"
He should have got your autograph. He won the Bay last year. He was
Go to Pete Rose route, man. Start charging for autographs.
Exactly.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
Pier Park, get ready to shake things up. Paradise Nutrition is opening soon. Craving flavor and fitness? We've got you covered. Loaded teas, protein-packed shakes, gourmet coffees, and refreshing drinks. From our signature Jimmy Buffett tea to Reese's shake, Paradise Nutrition has over 600 flavor combos. Need energy? Appetite control? We've got add-ons like boba, biotin, collagen, and probiotics. Plus, try our donut hole shot appetite suppressant. Paradise Nutrition, Pier Park, next to Target.
Introducing Southern Breeze Primary Care. With 45 years of experience, owners Holly Gay and Lisa King bring warm, friendly care, Southern charm, and a family vibe. They are the pros in youth sports, physicals, general health care, BioT hormone replacement therapy, certified DOT exams, and Coast Guard physicals. Southern Breeze, 107 West 19th Street, Suite B, 850-248-8002. Walk-ins are welcome and insurance is accepted but not required. Southern Breeze offers breezy solutions for your health care needs.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Now, Bill told you to play that song there. That's one of Bill Allen's favorite songs. I think him and Greg and Glenn Manley wrote the lyrics of that one.
Get funky.
Knows there's none. Anyway, welcome, Patrick. What's up, stud?
What's happening, guys?
I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Look handsome today. What's the best way to get with you? You want that yard look beautiful? You've got insects taking over your house. I call you. I don't have that problem. So what's the average common guy out there do if they want the yard look beautiful and not have to worry about pests?
Well, they can give us a call on our local number, 890-5820. But, guys, if you're out there and you want to have a free weekend to go fishing, play golf, whatever, give us a call. Because if your wife's hounding you about weeds in the yard, it not looking good, or bugs in the house, she ain't letting you go. You need to give us a call.
Good point. Good point. I didn't get this in, but I'd like to get in real quick, if y'all don't mind. Just give me a second to do this. Auburn is the number one seed in the SEC tournament. Now, first round starts March 12th. The first game will be number 16 South Carolina versus number 9 Arkansas. 12 o'clock our time, SEC Network. The winner of that game will play number 8 Ole Miss, and Patrick, you saw them in person. That game will be played 12 o'clock on March 13th on the SEC Network. That winner will have the opportunity to play Auburn on March 14th on ESPN. That game will be at 12 o'clock. Now, Game 2. This is the other side of the bracket. Game 2. That game will be played March 12th. That'll be number 13 Texas versus number 12 Vandy. No time has been set yet, or TV. I think it's on the SEC Network, though. That winner will play number 5 Texas A&M on May 13th. That game is on the SEC Network. No time frame yet. The winner of that game will play number 4 Tennessee, March of the 14th on ESPN. Game 2 on that side of the bracket will be that winner will play Auburn. I'm sorry, that winner will play the Auburn Tigers. That will be on March 15th. That winner plays on March 16th for the SEC Championship. So, hell, I left something out. That can't be right. Oh, here we go. Game 3 on March 12th, 6 o'clock. 15th seeded LSU, number 10 Mississippi State. That winner of that game will play May 13th. They will play Missouri, and Missouri's ranked 7th. That tips off at 6 o'clock on the SEC Network. That's May 13th. The winner of those games right there, will play on March 14th against number 2 seeded Florida Gators, 6 o'clock on the SEC Network. The winner of those will keep on going on. Game 4, number 12. Let me get it right. Game 4, March 12th, 14th ranked Oklahoma versus number 11 Georgia. That's on the SEC Network. The winner will play number 8 Kentucky on March 13th. Now, winner of that game, let's say Kentucky wins, they will go play Alabama on March 14th on the SEC Network. The winner of that game will go on and continue to play. Let's just say you got Tennessee comes out, Florida comes out, Auburn, Alabama. They play each other. You could have another Iron Bowl in Nashville. You could actually wind up having Alabama and Auburn play it again. I don't think so. I'm telling you right now,
So,
I got Florida winning it all. I think Florida will win it all.
What do you think about the fact that these top-ranked teams, they have to wait 2 days to start playing?
It's a benefit.
Rest.
Well, it is a benefit. I get it. It's a benefit for them. It's a benefit for them in the tournament. But there's also, and I've seen it happen before, where, you've got those days of downtime. I know they're practicing, that kind of thing. But, they're not in that high-level competition.
Right.
And sometimes that catches them off guard mentally. I mean, as a coach, how do you...
You make a good point, because when I was coaching, I didn't want to open weight day because we were winning. I wanted to keep going.
Right.
But everybody says, though, like he said, everybody else
and
wants
it does.
those open
Listen,
days.
from a medical standpoint, from a injury standpoint, from a physicality standpoint, those days of rest are important, and they are. But psychologically is where I'm going with this.
Right. Well,
psychologically, it could be a challenge.
Some of it's going to be on a team-by-team basis. So if you go through the top seeds in order, it's going to benefit Auburn. They played a tough season. I mean, you watch the Alabama
they
game,
know how to play.
Game.
Yeah.
They were tired.
Yeah.
They need the rest. Go to Florida. Florida's hot right now.
They're hot.
You don't want to take a rest if you're the hot team and shooting it hot.
No.
So that could detriment Florida. Alabama, you're going to get a rest after just coming off a big win versus Auburn, where you start to get momentum. Tennessee lost late in the season. I think I think it benefits them. If you look at the way this bracket is, I think Florida and Alabama have the toughest schedule to get to the championship game.
No doubt.
I mean, Florida's, to me, is brutal because they're going to get more than likely Missouri.
Yeah.
And they play very similar basketball.
Absolutely, yeah.
And in the tournament, it's all about matchups because you're going to be playing on some of these a possession-to-possession type game. And if you're playing Missouri and Florida, they look so similar. Now, I give Florida the advantage.
Yeah.
But then you go to Alabama. Alabama's going to get more than likely either Georgia or Kentucky. Georgia's playing some of the best basketball out there.
Yeah.
And Kentucky just dominated this past weekend. So you're getting teams that are coming in. You go towards now. Ole Miss did beat Tennessee late in the season, the game before. So,
all right. Let me ask you both this. Let's start. Let's go to the first bracket up here. South Carolina versus Arkansas. Who do you like in that one? That's going to be played Wednesday, March 12th. Who do you like in that one? I'm gonna go Arkansas.
I'm going to surprise you. South Carolina, at the end of the year, has been playing really good basketball. They are probably the best team in the NCAA with that type of record. They're not going to make the tournament, the NCAA tournament. But you go back and look, except for a few games, they were neck and neck with all of your top teams throughout the year.
Yeah, and now they got nothing to lose.
So you got South Carolina?
I think in an upset.
All right, you got Arkansas.
I like Arkansas, and I just think Arkansas.
All right, we outvoted you. So Arkansas goes on and plays the next day on Thursday, the 13th. They'll play Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss.
Ole Miss plays very good basketball.
Okay, you got Ole Miss. So Ole Miss will go play Friday, March 14th against Auburn. I got Auburn.
Yeah, that's a bad matchup for Ole Miss.
Okay, we got Auburn up the top. All right, let's look below that. Wednesday, you got Texas playing Vandy. Who you like?
Texas.
I like Vandy.
Vandy doesn't play well on the road.
I like Texas. I don't know why. I was thinking football, but why did you say Vandy? Help me, coach me.
I don't know. I've watched them play a little bit here and there. I just think they're, in my opinion, they're a better team than Texas.
Their road team, their road record is not very good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go Texas. Texas wins that game. They play Texas A&M. I got Texas A&M winning that game. They go play March 14th. That day, you have Auburn playing Ole Miss. You got Texas playing Texas A&M. I like Tennessee playing Texas A&M. I like Tennessee. I think you're going to wind up with Tennessee Auburn. What do you think?
That for Auburn, that would be the preferable matchup because they don't want to play Texas A&M. Just the style of play.
Yeah, because Tennessee, are they going to score or not? That's the thing.
If Tennessee scores, they win. If not, A&M rebounds the ball.
Yeah, I got Auburn beating Tennessee. What do you got? What do you got, Chad?
That's what I would pick based on what I know today. Yeah. I think Auburn's got a very good team.
All right, now let's go to the bottom half. LSU Wednesday will play Mississippi State. I got Mississippi State win that game. Who you got, Chad?
That's who I got. Yeah.
Mississippi State will play Missouri. That game will be the next day, March 13th. Missouri beats Mississippi State.
I agree with that.
Everybody agrees.
Yep.
They go on and play the Florida Gators the next day, which is Friday, March 14th. I got Florida winning that game. I think Florida will beat Missouri.
Yeah, I got Florida.
Okay, so we got everybody agrees. Florida.
Basically what we're doing is going right down the top 4 seeds. We think all of them are going to make it.
Yeah. I think if Missouri and Florida play, I think Florida wins. I think it's going to take a lot out of Florida because that is going to be literally a track race. Mm-hmm. It'll be up and down the court so fast, and then you come right back the next night and you're going to have to play.
Well, let's look at that. Oklahoma, Georgia. Who do you like?
Georgia.
Who you like?
Georgia.
Georgia wins. They play Kentucky. I got Kentucky winning that game. How about that, Wildcat? You agree?
Thank you for that vote of confidence, and I do agree.
But Georgia's hot right now, man. I wouldn't shock me a bit if Georgia wins it. Who you like?
Kentucky.
Yeah, I like Kentucky.
Kentucky wins. Alabama, Kentucky play. I got Alabama winning it. They just beat Auburn. Maybe they got hot last year like this after kind of fizzling
There's
out.
going to be an upset somewhere in here. You just know there is.
All right, we just got through saying.
There's no way all the top 4 seeds are going to make it to the.
We just got through saying Auburn beats Tennessee, so Auburn's in. Alabama, Florida. I got Florida beating Alabama. I got Florida winning that game. I think Florida and Auburn will play for the SEC championship.
That sounds about right.
I got Florida winning it. I got Florida.
You may be right. Florida's playing very good ball.
Who you going to go with, Auburn or Florida?
I like Auburn.
Okay.
In that matchup or the rematch, it's tough to win a rematch.
You Auburn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just think Auburn will bring a different level of play.
Yeah.
Going into this.
So there'll be number 1 versus number 2 seed if we are correct, and you two got Auburn winning the championship. That would be regular season and tournament.
I just think that somewhere in here there's going to be an upset. It's going to be a shocker.
I think you're right, too.
The upsets I see would be Kentucky has a very good shot.
Beating Alabama?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think Missouri
could beat Florida.
Missouri could beat Florida.
Could Arkansas beat Ole Miss?
Yes.
So we shall.
If Arkansas wins.
Chad, I think you're on to something. I really do.
I'm just saying, every year, it's never the top 4 seeds that seem to make it. There's an upset
Arkansas
somewhere.
is not playing great basketball right now. They had to sneak out a win at home at the final thing. South Carolina, they're just going to be tough to play. They've got size. They can shoot. If they play like they can, Arkansas's hit or miss.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of our great, outstanding sponsors. We love all you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legend. What's the best way we can get over? And we got shoulder issues, we got hips, we got ankles, you
knees.
name it, knees, especially knees. What's the best way to get up with you?
I'll call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.
One of the things I love about Chad, the last resort is surgery. He'll try to get you to do rehab. I had surgery. I had a partially torn rotator cuff. Went in and saw Chad. It was killing me. I thought, I just want to get it fixed. He told me what to do, these different exercises. I go to the gym, I do them, and now, thank God, it's better. So you seriously, you are like that. You want to do everything you can before you do surgery, correct?
Yeah, I try to do things, by the book. If it's non-operative, is the best way to get you better, then we'll do that. If it's surgical, then we're going to recommend that.
Talk about this too, Chad. Once you operate on somebody, it's not over then. You got to go through rehab, and if people don't show up and do what they're supposed to do then why even do the surgery?
A lot of people don't understand how physical therapy really helps them, and sometimes they think it's their workout they're doing. They don't understand that therapy isolates some things that you don't normally do. But anyway, for knees and shoulders and many other things, therapy is very helpful.
No doubt about that. If you're looking to get a new roof, I'm going to tell you about somebody who does an incredible job. Kyle Vandergriff, his company, do an unbelievable job. They design, they build, they do anything. Commercial, general contracting, the guy's incredible. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. TK Vandy Roofing, that's who I'm going to go with. They do an incredible work. And they also own, him and some partners own the local 115 downtown historical Bay County, Panama City. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. It's like a museum in there. If you play sports in Bay County, there's a good chance your picture will be up there. Cheerleader, band members, whatever sports you're involved, they got it all right down there at the local 115. Patrick, what's the best way to get up with you?
Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC or call us on our local number, 850-890-5820.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Mostly cloudy this morning with temps near 61 and a wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunshine in the afternoon and evening, a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest and a temperature of 64. About the same tomorrow, around 69 with sunshine and a wind around 6 miles per hour coming out of the west-northwest. Sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 70. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing. He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey! And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jamie Pickett gave me some great advice. There will be a few upsets. Remember, top seeds have a few buys. Top seeds. Okay.
I know we got a call, but real quick, give a shout out to Jamie. They won the middle school boys county championship last week for the third time in a row, third undefeated season in a row. I think that's the first time ever in county history.
Hey, Bear Siegel finished 6th in the state, and hey, great job.
He did really well.
He had a bum knee too to do that. That's incredible, man. Great. I love Bear. What a great kid. All right, let's bring Paul on. Paul, good morning, sir. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, Coach Hale. How's it going?
It couldn't be better. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. Hey, I might have missed it, but in your Biloxi travels, did you get to watch the Alabama-Auburn game?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good deal. So well, first off, Kentucky's not going to beat Alabama in the SEC tournament.
Okay.
Goodbye, Paul.
Thanks
for calling, Paul.
They can't stop Alabama. That's the problem. I mean, Alabama's already beat them twice, beat them at home. It's hard to beat somebody 3 times, but their defense is just...
Well, Kentucky's also hurt. They've got 2 key injuries.
Kentucky's defense has not been good all year anyway.
Yeah, but it's
under
really...
the basket.
But it is so hard to beat somebody 3 times in a year, so
Yes.
maybe it will happen. I don't know. But so I'm in like 2 group text messages, and we always talking ball and whatnot. And I said, before the last possession, I said, don't give Sears the ball. I sent it to both group texts because I like Sears a lot, but he forces things at the end of the clock. And, 5 seconds later, he hits the game winner. So they need to – I'm glad they went with what they went, not my scheme there.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. He scares me sometimes, but when he's on, he's something special. All right, what's going to happen? What's the upsets in the SEC? We were talking about this. Who gets upset?
I don't see it, really. I don't see it. I think it's going to be straightforward. I am leaning towards your pick on Florida also to win the SEC tournament. I'm not seeing any upsets. I'll be honest with you. I think the top 4 are so much better than the other teams. So, yeah, will one probably happen? Probably, but I'm not seeing it, really.
We were talking Auburn, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee got a shot to win the whole thing, the national championship. To me, it's Auburn and Florida, the ones that really could win it all. Do you really think Florida, Tennessee could win it all if they get hot?
I don't. I think Alabama's better than Tennessee. I know Tennessee beat Alabama. It was kind of a fluke. It was at Tennessee. I think Alabama's better than Tennessee. I think Florida is the best team right now.
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl, he chokes in the tournament. I'm going to say, but Broome is so good. He's the key factor for Auburn, in my opinion. He's just so good.
Did you read an article about him? That one, I think it was Sports Illustrated. They said the only player coming out of high school like that didn't really go on to do much in college was Chad Mitchell. Dr. Chad Mitchell. They compared those two. What happened to you, Chad? I mean, in high school, you had both the same ability.
What happened to you? His hands were better than his legs.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Oh, man.
He's got the magical surgical hands.
Hey, I know I'm a homer, but Bama might make another deep run this year in the tournament.
Hey, they get hot. Yeah, they could win it all. Who's going to win it all? Who's your pick to win that? Is it Duke, Houston, Auburn, Florida? Who you like to win it all?
Florida. I'm going with you on this deal. I just think Florida, they're so good down low, and they've got like 3 good guys down low. Their guard plays solid. Florida is going to be tough.
That's what I kind of think too.
They beat Alabama and Auburn both on the road.
Yeah. We shall see. Hey, since we got you on, are we going to be okay in football?
I think so. I think the defense is going to be very, very good.
Should be.
Hopefully, with bringing the OC in and new quarterback, hopefully that gets turned around. So this is the year to find out. You got to give them a pass on year one, but we'll see.
Paul, have I been too critical about? I mean, I've been pretty hard, but it just really bothers me the lack of discipline. What I saw this past year from Alabama football. I mean, I just never had seen that before at this level. Am I too hard on them? Just as the way college football is now.
I see it both ways. One is I agree with you 100%. Then on the other hand, I think even Saban was struggling with it his last year or two, so maybe you're right on the kind of the way it's going. But the teams that can lock in and not do that stuff are the ones getting to the playoffs and pushing all the way. So they got to buy back into the team deal somehow. And I think the guys coming back are. So, maybe it'll be a little bit of getting back to the basics. I think
Bill mentioned a minute ago, Bill Allen, I think he knocks it out of the ballpark with that. It goes to character. I listened to the interviews. I watched all these interviews, all these teams throughout the week, especially how much built up it was for the national championship game. The character of that Notre Dame squad and Ohio State, and they got great players at Ohio State, but just listen to those kids. They were smart. They were disciplined. Yeah. You could tell they had cared about their teammates.
Yeah.
And you could
they had a spiritual connection too.
Yes.
You heard that a lot.
Right.
I mean they were functioning well in all areas of their lives.
Both teams had players like that.
Yep.
And that's the cream of the crop. And if you don't have that great character, you can't. I don't think you win a championship without it.
Yeah.
I mean, very seldom do you see somebody who's got so much more ability than everybody else that lack character. I mean, it's happened.
Both of those teams had kind of, in their stories, had kind of been through a lot together and really bonded. And, Alabama, they just kind of showed up and expected to win, and it didn't work out that way. So
I still, the Oklahoma game, I don't know how do you go out to Oklahoma and get beat 24-3, no offense whatsoever?
This is what my dad said about Milroe. He said, I've never seen a player that good that can play that bad.
Yeah.
Because he's got so much physical talent, and when he's on, he's unstoppable, but he could go in a hole and just not come out of it. I mean, it would just be – it's like, how can you – it's hard to even understand.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever in your lifetime watched the Alabama team where you watch and you would go, if I'm a running back, I wouldn't go to Alabama? They didn't even use those – we lost one of the great running backs to Michigan because he never touched the ball. He was a blocker for Milroe. I just didn't like the play calling at all.
Months ago. Yeah, and even the receivers, I would have been jumping ship too because it was all just the Milroe show. He couldn't hit open receivers, and they didn't hand it to the running back. So.
Right. It was just a weird – hey, first year's always the hardest. You're right. We'll find out year two. Hey, Paul, we got to go, buddy. Thank you for calling, man.
All right, y'all be good. See you later.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Chad, thank you so much, buddy. Great show as always. Thank you for being here. You going to be here Monday?
Yeah, should be.
Okay.
On time?
Hope so. Less the light.
The light. Hey, the light. It's the light. It's the light.
Hey, I pay to be on this show.
It's the light. It's the light.
Way too much.
Yeah, there you go.
But you become so big that when you're not here, it's not the same.
Yeah, there's a
Monday morning. People expect you.
I'm just thinking about my NIL deal. And
your wife called and said that NIL bill better be a lot better. I said we're working on it. Patrick, you gonna be here next Monday?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. How much time I got? 30 seconds. Hey, leave it right here all day long. Rambo's got a great show for you. David and Underdog this afternoon, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 6 o'clock, the Mouth of the South. Paul Feinbaum will be on. And we are the home of the Auburn Tigers. Thursday, 8:15, Andy Burcham. Woo! We are out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking it to the hole. Your home for the most live college basketball in the Gulf Coast. The ACC